Good morning everybody and welcome back to another video. Excuse me, I was just taking off my dirty gloves to put some new ones on. Today's video we're going to be doing one of Daniel Cooper's recent techniques. If you're not aware, Daniel Cooper is an amazing resin genius. Without him we'd never have half the tricks we have with resin, hacks, etc. So he came up with not an invention, but like a technique that's really pretty. So basically what he does is he fills up an octopus mould in clear resin, sands it down, backs it in chameleon flakes, and then does like little dots of UV resin all over its tentacles. And it's kind of like the reflection from the chameleon powders that he puts on the bottom of the tentacles. They reflect inside the octopus, giving an amazing effect. And it's kind of like it's like a window into another dimension. So I'm going to test it with two moulds today. So I'm going to be using a frog mould, and I'm going to be using the one from the video, the octopus mould. So I've mixed up 2 pots of resin. I've got one with 4 ounces, well 3.5 ounces, as I go by pump, which has come to 3.5 ounces, and I've got one with 5.5 ounces. And all we're going to do, once these are degassed, because you need clear resin, as clear as possible, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill them both up to the top, let them cure, and then we can move on to the next part of the video. So I'm going to bob you on pause while these are degassing, and we'll be back and then we can get the resin poured. So I will be back with you very shortly. See you soon. Alright, so I'm back. I'm out of breath, sorry, I just had to run downstairs. Right, so for the frog, I'm going to be using the white opal flakes from Just For You Online UK. These are like a purpley, greeny, bluey iridescent. And for the octopus, I'm going to use a combination of aqua and purple. So the purple have a blue, green and purple tone, and this has a blue and green tone, so that's going to be combined. These 3 were part of a small set from Just For You Online UK, and have been discontinued, so there will be no link for the opal flakes, but I will find an alternative link to put in for you. I'm using the Apex High Gloss 1-to-1 resin from Just For You Online UK as well. So any discount code that I have and links will be down in the description for all the products that I've used in today's video. Right, I can't get my breath. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some isopropyl alcohol in my mould. And what that does is it breaks the surface tension and helps with bubbles. Because your mould contains static, so when you pour your resin, static can induce bubbles. So by spraying the isopropyl alcohol, it can help with that static. So I'm going to slowly fill up the octopus and do the same with the frog. So I will time lapse this so you don't have to see me pour in the resin. Right, so that's the frog and the octopus filled up. I'm going to let these sit for about an hour to degas to bring any surface bubbles up from underneath up to the top. And then once there are bubbles on the top, I just babysit them and I pop the surface bubbles with a long neck lighter. So once these are cured, I'll be back and we can move on to the next part of the video. So I shall see you later. Bye. Right, excuse me. So these are now cured. And obviously everyone who does resin, if you're new to resin, you will not be aware that powders and flakes will not stick to cured resin. So on one of Daniel's recent uploads, he did a little trick that one of his viewers told him to do, which was isopropyl alcohol. If you spray isopropyl alcohol on some tissue and then rub your make, what it does is it kind of takes away, so it makes it tacky. That was the word I was looking for. So I'll give you a little showcase. So if we put, right, let's use one of these because these are going on here. So let's get a little bit of this and we put on here. They don't stick, right? Another brush. So if we go on this one, because we put the thing on, they stick. And the reason why I'm doing it with the I'm just rushing this is just an example, I'm just showing you that they do stick much better with the ice bubble alcohol. There you go, see? So I will do that better, I will spray it on in a minute, I was just showing you an example of what it is. So that's what we're going to be doing, we're going to be putting these and these on there.
Brush it right, all the flakes shining bright on the resin. Watch it glow, every stroke a shining show. Ooh yeah, flakes on fire, feel the glow. Sparkle up, let it flow. Oh, oh, bright shining, here we go. Brushing dreams like a pro. Picture perfect, smooth and clean. Add those gems, make it sheen. Every layer tells a tale. Opal shimmer, it can't fail. Ooh yeah, flakes on fire, feel the glow. Sparkle up.
Right, so I'm going to finish these off record, as I need to go and pick up the kids up first, and then I'll be doing this when they come back. So I'm not going to record it because that's basically all I'm doing. The it's stuck on the legs, so I just need to finish the body and finish the body on this side. So I will check back with you later once these are done. See you soon. Bye. So I put all the chameleon powders, not chameleon powders, the chameleon flakes from Just For Online UK onto the moulds. So that was the purple, the aqua and the purple upper flakes, and then this was the white upper flakes. So we're going to back these in black, and the reason why I back them in black is that's just because the colours pop better. So I am using the coloured UV resin from Jdiction.
Black resin looms, it's the midnight tide, shining on the flakes where the secrets hide. Opal sparks flicker like a neon gleam, gonna make it pop like a vivid dream. Pour it slow, let the resin spread, catch that glow, let it shine instead. UV's burning as the colors collide, opal flakes blazing, nowhere to hide. Darkness the shimmer.
Right, so these are now cured. I made up some more UV resin and I put it in there. So not as dark as this one, but it's fine. It should do the job. So we're going to get these demolded, ready for the next part. But the next part I'm not going to do on camera because my partner's going to do it, and it consists of sanding these down to a matte. I want them matte. The idea of the matte is so that you can't see clearly through the frog and the product, or whatever product you're making, and then that way when we come back and it's sanded down to a smooth matte finish, then we add some UV resin, and the UV resin will act as like little windows, hopefully. Daniel Cooper makes it look so easy, but I'm unwell at the moment, and I'm just been doing bits of this video I'm on day 3. Right, so we're not going to look at them just yet. Careful when demoulding. If you use a heat mat, these have been cured for 3 days, so they're not going to snap, but if you do use a heat mat, the thinnest parts of your resin can be soft. Even when they've been cured for 24 hours, the tentacles and feet and stuff like that on a mould can be soft. So I'm just going to bring this to me to pull it off. You don't even have to sand these, you know. You can leave them how they are. So we're going to take a look at them before I sand them. They will need a bit of a clean up because they have got some overpour of the UV resin. Right, so this is what this one looks like. So the idea is that you've got like this underneath there. I forgot what Daniel said it was called. But obviously the skull is clear. So what Daniel did is he sanded the back of the skull there and put some UV resin and some powder, flakes should I say, and then that shone through the head. But he did say that you could maybe make a cabochon, like a circular cabochon, colour it, excuse me, with the flakes, and then stick it inside the mould when you put the resin in, and then that way that would be done. And then the frog, this is what Mr. Frog looks like. Look cool, don't they? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these downstairs to the garage. My partner will get these sanded, and then once they're sanded, I will try and film it, film some of the sanding. I am using 2000 grit sandpaper, and also he will be using his Dremel as well. I'm not going to be doing it in my studio because I've got Alessio coming in later on to do a video, so obviously he's got bad chest, so I don't want to irritate his chest, so I will try and film just how it's sanded, but it's not hard. There is, I know I'm a tutorial channel, but obviously some things I have to do outside and it's a bit difficult to film. Alright then guys, so once these are ready for the next stage, I'll be back. So I shall catch you later. Bye. Right, so I'm back, and I did my best. It's gone matte, and that's the most important thing, is the matte. So the next step, you'll need a pot. How you do this is up to yourself. So you need a pot and a cocktail stick, and you need to pour some UV resin in there. There's a new bottle. Not coming out. Oh, it's jelly. It is actually a new bottle, it's never been used. No, it's practically dry. Right, just bear with me while I find another bottle. Right, I found another bottle. So I've just poured a small amount in there. This is just the hard type, it's not, I don't know the viscosity of it, it doesn't say. And what you're going to do is, where you've sanded it, I've sanded it best I could because it was awful that. And you just want to put, you're going to need UV lamp or UV torch. My torch is broken, so I do have another one on order. Right, sorry I had to put you on pause. So what you need to do is put different size dots on the tentacles of the octopus. It's quite low viscosity, which will be fine. And you just do that all over. and then just cure in between. You don't have to do a full cure. Best off just doing like just a 10-second blast with the UV light, and what that will do is stop it from rolling off and pouring down. Just like that. So I'm going to time lapse you, and then we'll come back when the octopus is done.
So we're here and got it there. Oh yeah, blowing magic everywhere. Shiny spots, they light the way. Ready, set, let's play. Okay, dot, dot, dot the glow. Resin magic, let it show. On the make, let it shine. Glowing bright every time. UV dots, a spark of green. Dreamy lights up on the stream. Stick it strong, a sparkling plan. Turn it up, glow where you can. Oh, it's getting bright. Colors popping, feeling light. Flowing, glowing like a star. UV dots will take you far. Dot, dot, dot the glow.
Right, so that's the idea of how it's done. And this is what you have so far. So the dots are like little windows into the bottom. It could have done with sanding a lot better, but I've run out of sandpaper, and I also didn't have any 2000 grit. I only had 200, so it's scratched to high heaven. But I'm not. It's not something that I'm just showing a technique to try and do a technique. So I do need to learn properly how to do sanding, because sanding is usually up to my partner, but he's not in. So I had to do it myself. So I'm going to finish these off, and I'll come back when they're done, and we'll take a look at them both. So I shall see you later. Bye. Right. So here's the octopus. So you get like, look at this state of the sanding. It looks like he's been battered. But that's the technique anyway. The frog is my favourite. Yeah, so there's the frog. He looks half decent. He's still got a bit botched job around here, look. I'm sweating laughing. Look at the state. That octopus proper butched. One of the kids will have it, I'm sure. Kids never disappointed. Right, I need to stop giggling because I'm just going to laugh myself to death. Right, so let's start again. Right, so that's using the mixture of the aqua opal flakes and the purple opal flakes, covered by black UV resin. Apart from the botch job sanding, that's what you get. You can sand the back there. I just didn't want to do the back, it was just too much hassle. But that's the effect. And then the frog. So Mr. Frog turned out lovely. Look at the glow on that, beautiful. And that's the it's actually the white opal flakes. So if you back them in white, it goes like a purpley blue. So it's really nice. So you can either back them, we can back them in whatever colour you want, but that's my favourite. Which is your favourite? And if you want, you can put more dots all over. I just didn't want to. I just thought, what's the word? Less is more, that type of thing. Right guys, I'm going to get this video finished, edited and up for tonight. So please like, comment and subscribe if you've not already done so. That would help my channel out so much. Don't forget, everything from today's video will be down in the description box, along with discount codes. If you may want to have a look on the websites and treat yourself, you can save yourself some money. And I'll see you on tomorrow's upload. Goodbye, thanks for watching.